All right, so here we're looking at a M&P 1522 lower with the hardware you're going to need in order to install a Picatinny rail onto the back end of the receiver here. So you can see I cut the buffer tube tower. I left a small notch on the bottom of the receiver. This doesn't have to be an exact science, but I just left a notch big enough that it would interface with the 1913 rail, so that notch would act as a anti-rotational tab sticking out the bottom of the receiver. So again, here's the receiver. Here's the notch. I did a vertical cut. I just eyeballed it. I tried to do it as straight as I could, leaving, again, this portion here at the bottom. You'll see, so this is a Magpul M-LOK polymer rail, 1913 polymer rail that I milled out the middle section so that it would attach directly to the back of the receiver. And you can see that notch sticks directly into the bottom of that polymer rail, so that when you put the screw through the lower receiver, this 1913 rail isn't going to rotate around under stress. So we got the screw through here. You can see I've got it inserted into the lower receiver through the back of the pick rail. Nothing crazy. I just drilled a small hole. We're going to put a washer on here and a small accompanying nut for that bolt and tighten it down. I just grabbed it with a flathead wrench and tightened it down. There is one modification that you have to do to the upper receiver, or rather the bolt assembly. That's just cut out a small section in the rear end of the bolt so that when you close your upper receiver onto your lower, this is able to stay flush back against the rear end of the receiver so that it doesn't cause like a short bolt stroke or anything like that. You can see it sits there perfectly fine. Here it is again, assembled with the SB Tactical 1913 triangle style brace. I would maybe recommend going aluminum. This one's been polymer. It's held up fine so far, but maybe long term I would eventually consider maybe doing like an aluminum rail just for a little bit extra security. You can see it folds up right along the side of the receiver. You'll see here that the charging handle doesn't interfere with the brace, so it charges just fine. This has been a fun little modification. I've been pretty happy with it. Folds up along the receiver, makes for a great little package.